In this tutorial, we're going to break down how to write an abstract specifically for your cyber presentation. Now, your abstracts are going to end up on the conference's program. So this is something that is printed as well as electronically delivered. But all participants at a conference will get a program, and they will read through the abstracts to determine which presentation they want to go to. So each of these abstracts serve as an overview of a presentation. So keep that in mind as you're writing your abstract, that audience members are choosing based on what you write and how you write it. So your abstract needs to be free of any spelling, punctuation, content errors. You want your abstract to come across as professional. I can tell you from personal experience, when I attend conferences, if I see spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes, issues with content, etc., I automatically choose not to go to that presentation because to me, it seems like the presenter is not trying. It seems like they're not giving effort and that they're not going to be organized when they give their presentation. So please keep that in mind. That's a very important factor with how you present yourself. If you'd like to use the Writing Center, that's always available to you. There are a couple of things that you can do to help your abstract be considered quality. First, think about your abstract as generating interest. So in essence, you're marketing yourself, you're marketing your presentation. You want people to read through your description and say, oh, I really want to go to that session. So let me give you an example of this. Let's just only take the title. If I titled my presentation Workplace Privacy, what is your initial response when you hear that? Okay, what if I said something like this? Your boss is spying on you. Is it legal? That is exponentially more interesting than just saying workplace privacy. Okay, so you can use your language to generate interest. Second, you want to be intentional with your language. You have 50 words for each abstract, so you need to make each one count. If I said something like this to begin my abstract, in my Business 330 course, I developed a CLA 2 about privacy in the workplace. This is 14 words, 14 out of your 50 words, and it doesn't tell me anything about your actual presentation. Okay, so be very careful with the language you're choosing to use. Now, there are three main parts of an abstract. The first, you would integrate, generally it's a question or it could be a statement, but you're trying to build intrigue or relate with your audience. That's followed by what your presentation will cover. What's the content of your presentation, but generally. And lastly, what your audience is going to gain. So think about what they're going to benefit or what they're going to take away. Let's keep the same topic here. So your boss is spying on you. Is it legal? So first, we want to create a question to build intrigue. So I could say something like this. Did you know signing a contract is essentially signing away your privacy as well? Okay, so that catches people's attention. It's interesting. You want to know a little bit more about it. Or if I want to relate with my audience, have you ever felt frustrated by a lack of privacy at work? So I'm relating to your experience, right? There are going to be people that read that and are going to say, oh yeah, I do feel frustrated by a lack of privacy. So you're relating to them. You're finding something that you have in common. What will your presentation cover generally? Okay, now we move on to my content. This presentation will explore the legalities of privacy in the workplace. Okay, so generally that's what I'm going to talk about, the legalities of privacy. And then what my audience is going to gain. So this is really important. You want your audience to know that they're going to benefit from being in your presentation or sitting through your presentation. So make sure that you attach this. Okay, why is it worth their time to come? Participants will leave understanding the law's stance on employee privacy as well as the individual rights they are granted. Okay, so I can read this as an audience member, and if this is something that I want, your presentation is one that I will attend. Okay, so this last part is very important. A way that you can word it, you could think about saying, by the end of the session, participants will be able to, and then choose a verb. Will they be able to analyze, explain, identify, etc.? So here's the example put together. Have you ever felt frustrated by a lack of privacy at work? This presentation will explore the legalities of privacy in the workplace. Participants will leave understanding the law's stance on employee privacy, as well as the individual rights they are granted. Only 42 words. Let's look at one more example. Homework is fun. Do you ever feel like getting students to do homework is like pulling teeth? This presentation will show you hands-on how to use Kahoot to engage students, create excitement, and get results. Participants will leave this session with ideas and activities they can immediately implement into their classroom. So this is 49 words. I've just almost hit my limit, and I made it relatable. So I'm asking, is this the same for you? Because for me, it feels like pulling teeth when I assign homework. I explain the content. You know what I'm going to talk about and what I'm going to show you. And then I give a benefit or a takeaway. One thing to mention with the benefit or the takeaway, if you are going to say that the audience is going to leave with something, you need to make sure that you accomplish it. So if I say that they're going to leave with ideas for activities that they can immediately implement, I better have given them activities. Okay? You want to make sure that this is something that you can deliver, not that it's just something that you promise and don't do. If you need any help with this or you have any questions about how to write your abstract, please send me an email, writinghelp@westcliff.edu.